Oh, sorry, I was on mute. Hello, friends. Welcome to my channel again. So, today we will discuss about back of the envelope estimation. So, if you are new, I just give some background. So, it's a high-level design series. So, I have already made a lot of videos on step-by-step topics. So, today we'll discuss about back of the envelope estimation. So, it means? So, when we design system, right? So, we consider number of requests, storage, this and that, lot of things, right? So today we'll discuss one chunk from our, the whole system design thing. So first of all, first thing you should know, okay, so everything will go like power of two. So today generally it deals with number of request, memory allocation, right, servers like that. So first of all, that everything is data, right? Everything is data and you should know one formula. Everything should be like power of 2. Okay, and we have a small table just like as I can say 10, 20, 30, right, 40. These are power of 2. Okay, if 2 raised to power 10 is 1000 approximately, right? And what do we call this? We are talking about data. Okay, data. So we are talking about bytes. Okay, 10. So 2 raised to power 10 bytes is 1000. 1000 means 1 kilobyte. Okay. Similarly, 2 raised to power 20 is 1 million. Okay. Then 1 million is our 1 megabyte. Sorry, B will be small, right? It's a byte. 30, 2 raised to power 30 is 1 billion. Okay. 1 system is hanging. 1 gigabyte. Okay. 2 raised to power 20 is 1. So kilobyte, megabyte, billion, gigabyte, then terabyte. Okay, then we have 2 raised to 50. This is one quad quadrillion something, right? It's a 1 petabyte. So you should know about this thing first. 2 raised to 10 bytes KB, then MB, GB, TB, and then PB is right petabyte. Okay, so this is our basic building blocks for our back of the envelope estimation. So one more thing I want to tell you, so everything goes with our terms of 9. Okay, now terms of 9, what does it means? So accuracy, right? So one thing more I want to tell you, so if so nothing is 100%. Okay, nothing is 100%. So we always talk about in 9 terms, meaning we are giving accuracy 99%. What it means, about daily, I can say day and year. Okay, so if we talk about 99%, the daily delay is approximately 15 minutes. Approximately, it's like 14.4 something, right? And yearly, it will be 3.6 days. Days meaning 24 hours something. If we give 99.9% estimate, then daily is 1.4 minute delay. This is a delay, okay. Yearly is 8.7 hours, okay. So if we give 99.99, then it will turns into seconds. 8.6 seconds. Not sure why system is running very slow. Okay, this is seconds, and yearly is 52.6 minutes. Okay, so we always, okay, so in simple, in always it, our accuracy goes into 9, in terms of 9. Okay, so uh, this is a our accuracy thing. Now we will jump into our actual example. Okay, so suppose now we are jumping into a actual back of inward thing. Suppose I'm taking an example of you can say Facebook. Okay, so suppose interviewer ask you to design, or ask you, tell me about the number of requests per second and storage requirement. Okay, then number of requests and storage. Okay, so assumption. So he told you, or you can assume, we have a 300 million request. Okay, and I can say per, you can say per month or whatever, right? 300 millions user per month. This is a active users in Facebook. Okay, we are talking about Facebook social media, and I can say 50% users are daily active. Okay, 50% users are daily active. So I can say, and they post two, like they do two posts, okay, on an average, and 10% of them contains media like photos or videos, okay, and data storage is like for 5 years. Okay, so this is our estimations. 300, so you have to find request per second. Okay, we say, in short, we say query per second. Okay, QPS, and here we have to find storage. So 300 million users per month, but active is 50%, and they did two posts every day. Okay, so this is the daily estimation, and 10% post media and data store for 5 years. Now we have to calculate QPS and storage. Now we have to use simple formula, daily active users. Okay, it's a 50%. 50%, it's like 50 million. Okay, now we have to check for tweet first, meaning one 50 million multiply by 2, meaning they do 2 post. Okay, so 150 million person do 2 post. Okay, uh, and this is our daily, right? Daily. If it come query per second, it will be divided by 24. Okay, into 60 into 60. Okay, so this will be our kind of query per second. Okay, so I need to calculate 15 million multiplied by 2 divided by 24 and 24. So it will comes up to 30. Let me use cell phone. Uh, okay, so it will comes up to around 3500. Okay, so this is our daily request per second. Okay, this is our daily request per second, meant to say query per second. So this is our answer. This is our query per second. But usually we can't say, sometimes what will happen, sometimes users in peak hours, right? In peak hours, might be in the evening, user will go, more, user will come more during afternoon, right? So on an average we can say, we can divide by, generally for social media we sorry, not divide, multiply by 2 to 3 times. Okay, so here we can say around 3 times. So non-peak time is 3500, right? And peak time is 10500. Oh, looks like my calculation is too bad. No, almost correct. I thought it is bad. So this is our regular request, meaning when we don't have any peak hours, but this will be our final estimation, query per second in peak hour, or we can say um, P peak query per second. Okay, just like as in the evening or night, right? Majorly in the evening, or might be when we have some sort of, um, like deals or deal periods, something like that. So we consider it as peak hour. We generally give these two things. Okay, this is active user, daily active per second, and these are peak QPS. Okay, so like this, we can estimate number of requests, and now we have to find out storage as well, right? So we have to consider some more things, just like as we considered two posts, like, and 10% are kind of media, right? So we have, suppose our post is like, we have to give some sort of title and then description, right? Title we can estimate 64 bytes. Okay, and description we can consider, just like as on an average, 140 bytes, just like as random numbers, right? Any number you can take. And media, like video or photographs, we can say around 1 MB. So I'm taking these numbers because of, simple calculation. So media is like 1 MB, photo or video, whatever. The description is 140 bytes, and title, post title, I can say it's like 64 bytes. Okay, And now we have to calculate storage. So storage again simple, 100 million, right? Uh, Sorry, 150 million. If I take 10% of 150 million users, right, it will comes to 15 million users multiplied by 2 post, okay, multiply by 1 MB. So first of all, I'm calculating for this only, right? Because this is a small thing, this is a major thing. So to sum up, this will be a MB only. Okay. So I'm not going to calculate in bytes. So on an average, it will be I'm taking 1 MB only. If you take more, you can take like 1.2 M as well. But for making it simple, I'm going like this. So 15 to the 30. Okay. 30. So here we have million. Okay. So million, now that formula. Million is megabyte. Megabyte. Uh, my bad. Yes. Million is megabyte. So 15 million. This is a megabyte into megabyte. Okay. It will turns into terabyte. 13 terabyte. Okay. You can calculate uh, MB multiply by MB. It will comes into terabyte. Okay. TB. So on an average, what I did here, 64, I combined 64 bytes, 140 bytes, and 1 MB. So I'm taking 1 MB on an average to make you clear. Okay. So here 15 millions. So this is 10%. So we took example for, you can see here, if I scroll a little bit up. So 10% user post media. Okay. So I'm considering on an average 10% of uh, 150. So I think I need to use my pen. Okay. So 150, 10% 150, 15 million multiply by 2 multiply by 1. Okay. So it will come 30 TB. So on an average, we need 30 TB per day. It's a per day. Okay. Per day. Now we considered for 5 years, right? Data is stored for 5 years. So what we need to do, we need to multiply by 30 multiply by 365, because in one day we have, sorry, 1 year we have 365 days. Okay, and multiply by 5. So on an average, it will comes to 55 petabyte. Okay. So again, uh, just giving you heads up, back of the envelope, we are calculating query per second and data storage. So we took example for Facebook, 300 million requests per month, but daily active user also okay. Okay, so daily active user is 50%, like 150 million, and they do 2 posts So we considered 150 multiplied by 2 post divided by 24 into 60 multiplied by 60 for the sake of like second. So it comes 3500. So in 2 to 3, so it's a like 3500 request per second we are getting, right? And in peak hours we just multiplied. So social media it's like 2 3 times. It's different for social media, 2 3 times. For shopping sites it's like 10 to 20 times, right? So on an average we took in peak time it's like 10,000 approximately requests per second, and in non-peak time it's like 3500 requests per second. Now for storage we considered 64 byte, post title description is 140 bytes, media is 1 MB. So on an average we are going with 1 MB only. So 150, 10% 150, like 15 multiplied by 2 post multiplied by 1 MB to make it simple, right? So I'm not considering this because it's small. If you want to consider, you can like write 1.2 as well if you want, right? Then the calculation will be complex. So that's why I took only 1.1 MB only. So 1530, 15 to 30 million multiplied by 1 MB, it comes into 13 terabyte per day. For sake of 5 years, 30 multiplied with 65 multiplied 5, it comes into 55 petabyte. So storage we need 35 petabytes, and request will be 10,500 per second. Okay, so this is a simple example of back of the envelope estimation. So interviewer can ask, okay, can you do back of the envelope estimation? So like this you can consider by yourself, or you can ask, so how many requests we need to consider per day, per month, like that. Okay, if they said okay per month, you can go like this to consider daily wise. If they said okay daily, that will be simple answer. Or if they say okay yearly, so if they said 1 billion per year, again you can calculate by this. Okay, so again active user, then number of requests you can calculate, and then you can calculate storage. It's a simple example. I made it very simple to understand, to clear your things, right? Your logics. So this is a simple. And if you still you have any question, then you can post, and then I will give you the answer as soon as possible. And I'm closing this topic now. So I will post next topic soon. And if you're new, then subscribe the channel. And for now, have a good day and best of luck. Thanks.